fellow coffee consumers and crime connoisseurs. Welcome to the 7th episode of Mugshot Mornings, where we explore true crime one sip at a time. On today's episode, we will be discussing a pretty recent and tragic case, very heartbreaking. For the YouTube audience, I will be including a clip of the moments leading up to this man's death, Jorge Torres. And if that is something that you are not interested in, I completely understand. I will put a timestamp right here of when I am editing in the video. For the audio listeners, I will not be including the clip of it because I'm not entirely sure about the podcast formatting and if I am able to do so. But if y'all are interested in watching the video or knowing about the case and wanting to come and see the visuals, you're more than welcome to come to the YouTube channel and see exactly what is going on. But I do have to give that disclaimer because it is very, very heartbreaking. So with this, it's a very small introduction. A seemingly ordinary day in Orlando, Florida is disrupted by the grisly discovery of a man's lifeless body found crumpled and contorted inside of a suitcase. This case absolutely shocked the nation, as it turns out the killer was not who she seemed to be. I'm not going to give any further details, only because the details will speak for themselves later. You can probably tell by the thumbnail, also with the title, exactly how this case goes. Kind of a lighter note, let's talk about our coffee that we are sipping on today. Today I made my own. I have a salted caramel latte with salted caramel cold foam. It's okay. You know, I guess you can tell because it's still pretty full. It's chilling. We're chilling. It's not bad. I used is it Ghirardelli? Is that the brand for it? Yes, it is the Ghirardelli. I really hope I'm saying that right because that's how I've been saying it my whole life. That salted caramel sauce, and then the salted caramel cold foam is something that you can buy. I bought it at Kroger, and it's good. I don't like it on its own. You know how like you can like spray it like whipped cream. It comes like in a whipped cream bottle. Yeah. What are you gonna do? It's totally fine. I didn't want to drive anywhere today, so I didn't go somewhere. So I just made it at home, and it's fine. I want to talk about something. Just a quick update. I want to talk about this. I went to see Longlegs, the new movie. The marketing behind this movie to lead up to it is absolutely insane and needs to be studied. It is so good. And I really enjoyed the movie. I really enjoyed it. I liked seeing a scary movie that was not about something horrible CGI, supernatural at the end. You break the curse and this ghost goes back into this box or something. I'm so freaking tired of seeing those types of movies. So this was it's not even technically supposed to be like a scary movie. It's supposed to be like a thriller. And I mean, it literally is about a serial killer. The only problem, and me and my husband talked about this, the only problem that I have with this movie is they did not fully focus on Longlegs. Like, no, I'm not going to give a spoiler. You find out Longlegs and you see him throughout the movie, and he's literally clinically insane. And the twist at the end of the movie it was so crazy and it was good. And people are not hyping it up enough. And I'm also seeing people I think we have just been so desensitized to some of these things. Because in the movie, when he's singing in the car, it's a trending TikTok sound right now. And people are cracking up at it. And it's like, that's not even, I understand that you're not expecting that. And so some people's response to that can be laughter. I did not find it funny, and I guess it's just because I'm in psychology. You're watching someone who is clinically insane have like one of those moments, and it is freaky to watch. I hated it. I was so uncomfortable, and now people are cracking up at it. Do people not know that this was a part of a scene where he's going insane? The part where she is also interrogating him was very eerie, and people were cracking up in the theater. And I get it. I have to say, like, there's been times where, like, I'm kind of so uncomfortable and so nervous about what's about to happen that I'm just like, I'm a little giggly. But he says, "Hail Satan," and then kills himself, and people are cracking up in the theater. What do you mean? Okay, I really liked Longlegs, but that's also, like, I guess, like, kind of what I want to do one day is, like, work with people who are, like, clinically insane and have killed someone. That's literally on the track that I'm doing. I've sat in with, not in an evaluation, but with my supervisor, who is a forensic psychologist, who does these types of evaluations. He gives me, like, stories of evaluations he's completed. I want to do it so bad. Dr. Silber, if you're listening, hey, thank you for telling me those stories because it makes me interested even more. Okay, I don't have any other updates. Homer's doing good. For the people who know about that, that was in last episode. Homer's doing good. He keeps waking us up at 6 a.m. and whine and scream. That's the only problem I have, but he's a puppy. Of course, when you're waking up from a sleep, like, you can be annoyed and you can be pissed off, but I don't take it out on him. I just make him go outside because I'm assuming that's what he needs. Just go outside and leave me alone. Please, I want you to sleep. All right, let's get into today's story. So, this case is freaking insane. It is about hide and seek gone bad, and then we'll talk about it. Hold on. So, Sarah Boone and Jorge Torres started dating in 2017. The couple met in Winter Park, Florida. They were both in their 40s. They had been married previously and had children from those previous marriages. Sarah has described herself as a straight-A student, an amazing mother, and an amazing girlfriend to George as she tried to save him. George, before his death, had been arrested multiple times for domestic violence against Sarah. Sarah had also been previously arrested for battery by strangulation against George in July of 2018, but her charges were ultimately dismissed. Police arrived at the couple's apartment only to find Sarah crying and saying that George had drugged her upstairs. When police questioned George, he had a different story. There were visible red marks on his neck, and he stated that she followed him upstairs and tried to strangle him. So Sarah at this time was actually the one who was arrested. Each time George was arrested for battery, she would bail him out of jail afterward. Sarah wanted to make him a better person and said that despite all of this, she loved him so much. Alcohol was also heavily involved in their relationship. George was allegedly a very problematic drinker, which is likely the cause of many fights that they had, and it is later revealed by Sarah's ex-husband that Sarah was also a problematic drinker. He told police that her sleeping through his calls was very normal, and often had to call because she is late returning their child that they shared custody of. On February 24th, 2020, 911 received a phone call from a woman who was frantically explaining that her boyfriend was found in a suitcase. She explained the two had been playing hide and seek the previous night and he hid in a suitcase and she zipped him up. She fell asleep, but when she woke up the next morning, he was still in the suitcase.
4748, what's the street name?
France, Frantd.
And the apartment number?
3.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Okay, send the line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
Fire rescue. That's the location, Mercy.
That's 32.
No, please don't leave.
4748 France Lane, apartment 3.
France Court.
Okay, yeah, man, listen, we're on our way out there. You're at 407-716-8684. Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase. I tried giving him CPR.
Okay, so he was in a suitcase?
Yes, and I fell asleep.
Okay, how old is the
42.
boyfriend, ma'am? 42-year-old male. All right. Okay, we're sending help out there. Sheriff's Office on the way out there?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, okay. All right, listen to me. Okay, that you just need to confirm this one. No, right, I understand. I just need to confirm this. Is he awake at all? Is he conscious at all?
No. He's purple.
Is he breathing?
No.
Sarah was very frantic, panicked, and looked very distressed. She told police that she woke up around 12:30 p.m. and that is when she found him and called the police.
Yeah, you calling Rich working?
What's going on?
So
I just got here, so fill me in.
No problem. Like,
Yeah,
he and I were putting a puzzle together. We've been doing some artwork together.
You are putting a puzzle together?
Yes, we have a puzzle that we started in there.
Okay.
We've been doing art, trying to take the stuff off the wall to make new art put up there, like having a good time with one another. But we're drinking. We had a bottle of wine last night.
Okay. Fine.
So then it's like, we decided to play hide and seek, right?
Okay.
So he gets in the suitcase, okay?
Who is this guy?
That's my ex-husband, my former husband.
How did he live here with you guys?
No, I called him over here.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
So then he came over here.
Here, let's talk in private, okay?
I called you guys. I tried giving him CPR. The problem is I fell asleep.
When did you do CPR?
This morning when I found him.
Before you called?
Yes.
It's 1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs, and I was like, "Oh, he's in the suitcase still." And that's when I found him, and I took him out, and I tried doing CPR, and then I called him, and then I called you guys.
Did he get here before the fire department got here?
Who?
Your husband or
Yes.
your ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay. Where does he live at?
Right down the street.
Okay. So you were playing and who zipped him up in?
I did, but then I fell asleep.
Okay. Well, you're okay. I wasn't here. I'm just trying to figure out what
I
happened.
fell asleep, so I don't know if he suffocated or like had an aneurysm or a heart attack or
What
what.
kind of medical conditions does he have?
None that I know of.
Nothing that you know of.
None
You
that I
didn't take
know
any
of.
medicine?
No. No.
No medicine.
All we had was a bottle of wine. Literally, just a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Doing puzzle artwork. Then we decided to play hide and seek.
Mhm.
That's all that happened.
Okay.
So I don't know if he had a heart attack or what in there. Like, I don't know what happened.
So how long were you doing CPR on him prior to you calling 911? You tried that all morning?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I called him while I was
What
doing
time
CPR.
did you start? Probably give me a rough ballpark. Here, let me fill this deputy in, okay?
Please, may I have my Dr. Pepper? I am
Hold on,
so
one
cotton
second,
mouth
one
right
second.
now.
And you guys were playing last night, drinking a bottle of wine,
Putting puzzles together, doing
doing
artwork.
puzzles, artwork.
I
Okay.
had a bottle of wine and then decided to play hide and seek.
Mhm.
So he
What
gets,
time was that? Do you remember?
I mean, I know that I was in bed probably by like, what, 12:30?
Okay.
Well, I went upstairs at least, and I fell asleep,
Okay.
forgetting that he was
so
in
you
the
guys were
suitcase.
playing the hide and go seek.
Yes.
And at some point you put him in the suitcase?
No, he got in the suitcase. So
Okay.
he thought it would be funny to be put in the suitcase. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to joke with you, and I'll zip you up and make him, squirm a little bit, whatever it is.
Mhm.
But then I fell asleep.
Mhm.
I fell asleep.
Where was the suitcase?
Right
You
where
got
it
in
is.
Right down there?
Yes.
You zipped him in there?
Yes.
Thought it would be funny, a little
It
joke.
was. We both were laughing about it.
Okay.
And then I fell asleep
Where did you fall asleep at?
upstairs.
In your bedroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Totally forgetting that he was in the suitcase still.
Okay. And then you came back downstairs?
This morning, or this
around
afternoon, yes, when
the
I got up.
ballpark. What time?
12:30-ish. I was awake, but I totally forgot that he was in the suitcase. He can tell you there's a lot of things that we have been going through. Jobs,
Yeah, he did tell me. Some
life,
domestic
all that
stuff.
good stuff. So I just totally
So you
forgot.
began to do CPR on him?
Yes. Yes.
About
And he
what time
gurgled,
this morning
like he
did you
gurgled.
start doing that CPR?
No, it was the afternoon. It was afternoon
The
because
afternoon?
I was awake, but then I finally decided to come downstairs at like 12:30-ish, whatever it is, and I was like, I forgot he was in the suitcase, and he wasn't moving. Nothing was happening, so I unzipped it, took him out, and started doing CPR on him.
Mhm.
He was on his way over here. I called you when he got here.
Once he got here, you called us?
Yes.
Okay.
And air was coming out, and he was gurgling, but
Mhm.
I could just tell by looking at him.
But you knew how to do CPR? You were doing that on your own?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
All
the
right.
person that was on the phone with me also, I counted with him doing.
And he's got no medical? He doesn't take any medication?
I don't know. I don't know medical wise. I know he doesn't take any medications whatsoever.
Okay.
The only thing, like I said, I don't know if alcohol had something to do with that, but we had a bottle of wine.
Okay. All right. Here, I want you to sit back down because I don't want
Can I
you.
have one more sip of water,
Yeah,
please?
go.
29 Residential Audible 1303 Island Bay Drive.
Police questioned her outside of her apartment, and her ex-husband had arrived and was standing off to the side. When he was questioned, he said that she had called him when she first woke up, which happened to be before she called the police. He told police he received the call at 12:49 p.m. Police started questioning everyone nearby, including the neighbors. After they further questioned Sarah, the police were just very, very puzzled by the situation in its entirety. This really seemed like a freak accident, but playing hide and seek and knowing where your boyfriend is because you zipped him up didn't really make sense. If you're the one who is seeking and the person is hiding, you're not supposed to know where that person is hiding. This sounds really childish, but that's just not how you play the game. So the whole purpose is you're not supposed to know where the person is hiding. So she's the one that zipped him up and then decided to go to sleep, believing that he could just get out of the suitcase himself. It just did not make sense. After police taped off the area to collect evidence, Sarah went to stay with her ex-husband that night as the investigation started. At this point, investigators had taken her phone as potential evidence, and she willingly gave it to them. The following day, authorities contacted Sarah to come in for questioning. They told her that his autopsy revealed he had several marks on his body that indicated physical harm. There were scratch marks on his back, a mark on his shoulder, a cut on his lip, and more.
This morning we went to his autopsy, and we were informed of some injuries that he has by the doctor. So so he's got scratch marks to his back.
I know what that's from.
Okay. And it's called a contusion. Do you know what a contusion is? So, like, basically you're getting hit, and then, you get a mark from it. You'll get bruising. Like, someone hit you or something like that. It's called a contusion. So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had a cut near his lip. We could see his mouth was a little
I haven't laid
swollen.
a hand on him.
Okay.
Also too, he fell off my son's bike.
Okay.
So I don't know, and he's notorious for running into the wall or the hall tree. So
Okay. What about the scratches? Because there's also sex.
Yes.
Okay. Because there's also a scratch on the back of his neck, kind of going straight across.
I have no idea what that's from.
And they're all recent. They occurred recently. It wasn't something that occurred post or that occurred a week ago or 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They definitely occurred, the night leading up to when he was.
In all honesty, we have not gotten into it.
Okay.
That's why, the only thing I thought you guys were going to ask me about, which I was going to be honest with you anyway, are the scratch marks on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, I have no idea what it is.
Sarah asserted that she did not touch him and repeated this multiple times very defensively.
I
Considered
have not
forced
touched him.
trauma.
I have not touched him. I have not touched him.
Then how would you get those injuries?
Tell me and we'll both know. I have not touched him.
They were questioning her about the previous night and what had happened that led up before George went into the suitcase. She explained that the two were drinking a bottle of wine and working on puzzles and eventually decided to play hide and seek. She explains that while they were playing, they thought that it would be funny if he got into the suitcase, but she zipped him up, left him there, and fell asleep, believing that he could get out. She insists that she was not drunk and she did not pass out heavily, just willingly went to sleep. You could have said that you were drunk. I mean, not trying to say this is going to help her out, but I mean, she's literally in jail now, of course. I guess foreshadow, spoiler alert, and me telling you she's in jail, whatever. You could have guessed that. So they further questioned her and asked if she had taken any pictures or videos of that particular night, which she responded no. Now, remember, investigators had her phone and knew the right answer to this question. They just wanted to see her response. Sarah did not remember that she had taken a video of George in the suitcase, and she was taunting him while he was still alive in there. In the video, she is saying, "For everything you have done to me," and laughing while George is crying out her name. She is laughing, and also you can hear her kind of slurring words, which suggests that she was a bit drunk. As he is saying her name, she says, "That is my name, don't wear it out." He is telling her that he cannot breathe, and she replies, "Well, that is how it feels when you choke me." While this man is begging for his life, she is telling him, "Fuck you," and shut the fuck up. Although this man is not a saint by any means, he did put his hands on Sarah. He did not deserve this, even if this really was an accident. I'm about to insert the clip here.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
You.
Sarah.
You.
Sarah.
Stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Sarah. I can't breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah. 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 Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
Real or ransom. Might want to get video for it extra. Because I got this.
Sarah.
Real or ransom.
Sarah. Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you jingle me.
Sarah. Please, Sarah.
Yeah. You should probably shut up.
Sarah.
Shh.
Sarah.
And remember, she had already asserted to the police that she was not drunk, but she willingly gave her phone to the police, so there was no way that she would have remembered this damning piece of evidence on her phone. As they are showing her this video, she is repeatedly telling them that she does not want to watch it and that she wants to throw up.
Do I have to watch this? I continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it, if that's okay.
As the questioning continues, she is eventually arrested in the interrogation room for the second-degree murder of her boyfriend, Jorge Torres. When she asks why she is being arrested, the investigator responds, "Because George is dead." Sarah replies with, "But not intentionally." The investigator hits her back with, "He is still dead."
You turn around, face the wall, put your hands behind your back. Do you have anything in your pockets that I should know about?
No.
Okay.
Why is this happening?
Because George is dead.
Not intentionally.
We understand that.
He's still dead.
Investigators believe that after he crawled into the suitcase, Sarah pushed the suitcase down the stairs. This is consistent with the injuries that was found during his autopsy. One witness who happened to be a neighbor even stated that they heard a loud thud that night from the couple's apartment. This might have been a thud of a heavy suitcase falling down the stairs. Also, if you look in the video, the suitcase is flipped over, meaning he was potentially upside down in the suitcase. It was later revealed that his cause of death was asphyxiation, meaning that in the video that she filmed, he was actively suffocating. Body language experts summarize that her body cam footage and interrogation footage explains that there was just a total lack of empathy. She used a lot of hand gestures to show that she was really frantic, and a lot of minimizing and filler words. Since her arrest in February of 2020, Sarah has gone through 7 different lawyers and has fought with every single one of them. Now that I'm reading this, I wrote this a couple of months ago. In total, she now has 9 attorneys. Multiple public defenders have chosen to withdraw as her counsel. One lawyer suggests that Sarah should just represent herself since no other attorney can satisfy her. Her initial trial was scheduled for May 2022, but was rescheduled in November of 2022, which caused the trial to be pushed back. There were a string of attorneys until her sixth attorney, Frank Mankiewicz, who withdrew from the case in August 2023, telling the judge that he refused to defend someone who repeatedly called him a dud and buffoon. Her seventh attorney, Winston Hobson, withdrew from her case also, stating that the two had irreconcilable differences and ethical considerations. Sarah had also wrote numerous letters to the first appointed judge, Judge Wooten, complaining about her lack of access to her attorneys. The new judge, Michael Kranick, has taken over officially in 2024. She wrote to her new judge, Michael Kranick, welcoming him and thanking him for now being on her case as she disliked the previous judge. In February 2024, a new criminal defense attorney was appointed to her named Patricia Cashman. This led to her trial being pushed back yet again. A hearing was scheduled for April 12, 2024, then the next hearing on June 7, 2024, as her new attorney needed more time since she just got on the case. However, as of July 2, 2024, Sarah has forfeited her right to any more court-appointed lawyers as her ninth and final lawyer withdrew from her case. In 4 years, Sarah has had 9 lawyers, 7 being court-appointed. Her hearing in June, she told the judge that her latest court-appointed lawyer had a snotty attitude, but when this lawyer was questioned, the lawyer said that Sarah had walked out of 2 conferences between them leading up to the hearing. As of now, the judge has ordered that Sarah Boone must represent herself in her case. The judge said a new attorney will just delay her case further. So, on October 7th, 2024, Sarah Boone's trial is scheduled to finally start and she must represent herself. She also wrote a 58-page letter to the judge asking for the records for her case in order to represent herself. In this letter, she asked over 30 questions and says that she does not think that she will have a fair trial. In the letter, she's just really freaking annoying and she talks badly about her attorneys. And she's also just playing the victim as well. It just pisses me off. This lady pisses me off. I know this was a short video today, but there is not much else to this case except for her trial beginning in a couple of months. I will come back and do a part 2 after watching the trial, but there's not much else to this case, but it really, really struck a nerve with me. I know that, like I said, he's not a saint, but taunting someone as they are dying, and you are the reason for that, and you are filming it, is a new level of low and a new level of disgust that I just can't even... If she actually was sorry about it and he was telling her I cannot breathe, she would have opened the suitcase. She would have tried to help him. But her not doing that obviously shows a lack of remorse, a lack of empathy, and just the fact that she just doesn't care. And she willingly let this man die. And she went to bed. And the fact that she's been treating her attorneys like crap whenever they're just trying to help her. Like, you willingly killed a man, and people who commit murder still get to have the right to an attorney. And that's fine, because that can also help some people who genuinely are innocent. We have seen the justice system fail multiple times. My heart goes out to Jorge Torres and his family, and I know that I put some clips in as well that was pretty hard to watch, so I am sorry, but I feel like it's, if you're coming for true crime, you want to know all of the details. I try to get as many details as I can. I read, I think, 13 articles, but they all pretty much had the same thing, which is into the script as well. But yeah, let me know if y'all want a part 2 episode after her trial in October. I'm more than happy to add that as well, giving an update and explaining further. And I know that there's been other times that people have been found in suitcases as well. Was this one of those things that she was trying to do because of how abnormal it is? Maybe wanted to get the recognition in that way? I don't know, that's just me theorizing. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching today's video episode for the audio listeners. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in as well. Shout out to my Belgian people and my UK people from overseas out of the United States. Thank you. That is so cool. I'm so appreciative, and I want you to know that as well. Thank you guys again for, subscribing if you have. There is a large number of people who are watching this video on YouTube who are not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button, okay? I'm almost at 1,000. I'm at 999. Please, someone press it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think it was a couple years ago, I was at like 666 subscribers, and someone made a fake, one of my friends made a fake YouTube account so that she could go subscribe to me, so I didn't have to have that number. So somebody, if you've already subscribed, make a fake account and get me to 1,000. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.